to these hospitals.
For the time.
Yeah.
For
So
the time.
you know, why don't we have one close to here? Carencro is building up like 40 going north. They have other places on the north side that's building up like 40 going north, you know. And I just had a friend that went to the hospital, and he wanted to go. Couldn't take him because they was full, so they had to take him all the way to Lud, you know. And the distance from where he lived at and to where Acton was shorter. But by the time he got to Lewis, good thing it wasn't nothing major.
Right.
He could have been passed away.
Well, it sounds like Mr. Synagogue that laid the foundation for a mission for the congressman to go and say, no, Lafayette need a hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, because my platform is agriculture, health, housing, education, transportation. If a need of a hospital, which makes sense, you have I-49, you have railroad tracks, you have traffic moving through here, you have homeland security issues, you have a lot of different things going on. So why shouldn't it be a feasible thing to think about? And because you have a new 6th district, that means you have new congressional monies. You see, so you don't have to depend on, we don't have the tax base, or we don't have the money, or there's federal dollars now.
Yeah.
So regardless how long it's in play, from day one, well, what's the needs of your district? Well, Lafayette area, you need a hospital. I don't think anyone, when you have a fire district, a hospital district, now you can build better subdivisions. Now businesses are coming. So I'm excited to hear what you have. That's a good idea.
Well, I've been pushing for this quite a while, you know, and really I'm not really pushing it. I'm talking about it.
Yes, sir.
And if I talk about it, somebody will hear it. Somebody maybe say, hey, that's a great idea. Let's see, could we get this on this side of town? At one time, they talked about putting on Hector Conley, basically where Super One is now. And something fell through, and when it fell through, it went to where it's at now, you know? And Lud built up 2 or 3 entities around that hospital, you know?
Right.
So we could have that here. General in Opelousas.
Right.
And if you have to go to Opelousas, guess what you got to do? Cross a railroad.
Right.
And
Well,
if
it definitely makes sense.
If the train got that block, you're done. You know?
So I think this is a viable conversation. It all starts with a feasibility study. It all starts with one, having the ear of someone who's willing. I mean, for 50 years, District 6 have been run by Republicans and by whites. It's not a color thing, it's not a race thing, but it's a reality thing. And this is the first time now that you have someone you can talk to say, the hospital, we need to have businesses available. So this is an easy do once you get somebody listening to it.
Right.
And I'll be willing to push that and have meetings and bring that conversation to the table to see how far it can go. At least that would be the start.
Right. And I appreciate you.
But they know if you build a hospital, it'll bring revenue 365 days a year, not 8 to 5 or weekends, 24/7.
Correct.
You know, they have this hospital to stay. On and on.
And now you're talking about some of those good black jobs. Yes, sir.
You heard it
That's what they don't want. Now they want to build us a jail on this end, privatize it. Some investors, but nobody want to invest into a hospital, or the Rocket Bowl guy wanted to build some apartments downtown and take the marshal office and the courts and buy them out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I
They
think
do the same thing on
deal and you talk about those jobs 24/7, 7 days a week, and also let's think about the added value. Let's bring the veterans in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at post PTSD. Let's look at mental as a part of that wing in that unit. I passed on St. John the other day by Smile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had to get out the car and take a deep look at what was going on, because I never would see Simcoe and St. John become a homeless tent area. Mm-hmm. And those are the things that would bring some of the mental health issues we have, but also getting some of that VA money. Okay, mm-hmm. So it's a way to tap into it to where they don't tell you no, but you have to have that first one to say, we need it. I'm hearing the need for it, but what congressman or what legislator or what state rep is going to bring that to the table? And it starts in Washington, and I'd be the first one to look at it, by God's grace, when I win, to get a new hospital on the north side in Lafayette. You're hearing it first on this.
And I want to say, maybe there is a need for change. People representing this area already who are uncaring about what you just said, because I passed down there KJCB days and seeing the same thing and get worse, progressive. You have some people in high elected office who do not care about that such problem that's keep growing and growing like a cancer. Mm-hmm. And to have someone to get into Congress and say, look, we got to go all the way down and look at what's going on. What you're alluding to,
yes,
you know.
Well, look like all our money is gone to fight wars, to build other people, countries up, and our country is not going up like it should. Look like the road then got real steep, mm-hmm. you know, where we could take the steepness out the road, you know, and try to make the good. Trying to talk about the border. You can't just build a wall in Mexico. You got Canada and all these other places that people could come in. They could take a boat from where they live at and come in on the boat.
Right.
You know, I get so tired of hearing about a border wall, and we border security. But nobody's talking about the Canadian border. No. How people getting in from that way.
And how we fled to Canada to get away from racism.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is what happened was time caught up with America.
Mm-hmm.
The equal component in the United States was the black man. Mm-hmm. And it came to a point in time where we didn't want to do those black jobs. Mm-hmm. And they brought placement. Mm-hmm. So when they closed those garment factories and plants in Louisiana, mm-hmm. they knew who they was getting out of jobs.
Right.
You closed them and you didn't replace them. Mm-hmm. So the only way we gonna do a reset, mm-hmm. we gonna have to find new jobs or create. They're still making Fruit of the Loom, still making underwear.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We still making jeans. We still making. Bring it back to the United States.
It deals with economics. I mean, a lot of those jobs are mostly minimum, below the minimum wage.
Well,
in some cases,
exactly.
And there would be a push for, if you get so happily elected, to see if there's some garners of support for raising up the federal minimum wage. That would probably get everything else going.
Living wages. Yeah, Yeah,
Yes,
living wage.
yes, sir.
Yeah, living wage, and it's
Just what you deserve, minimum.
yeah, living wage.
Look, guys, I got a lot more to say, but I want Mr. Williams to get his platform out.
And thank you, calling. I appreciate your insight. And
Always good to hear from you, my brother.
All right.
You give us a phone from Nate Charles.
All right now. Thank you for the call. We appreciate that. You know, good insight on his calls. You know, he's one of the callers that calls and inquires. Ever insulted call.
Right.
You know, it's called that we want things to happen on the north side of town. They keep talking about Northgate Mall. If businesses don't want to come to the Northgate Mall, put the hospital there. You know, you got all the parking. You know, you'll never be out of parking space. Never be hard for you to find parking space. And just like he brought early voting to the King Center, you know, and a lot of people didn't want it there. They wanted it at the Clifton Chenier Center. And he said, no, let's have it at the King Center. Dr. King fought for our civil rights.
Right.
That was the place for us to have it. And man, ever since they put it there, we don't have to go downtown in a closed-knit place. We don't have to beg for a parking spot or sit there and wait till somebody leave and things like this. So you drive up there. Folks, Tuesday, the 5th of November, I sure hope we get out there and show out like we show out on parties and going to nightclubs.
Football
You
game.
know, yeah.
All right now, Brother Wallace. Get on them, man. Get on them. They got us in a pickle in Louisiana by non-voting people and fraudulent people. You
Yeah.
finna find out.
Yeah.
You know, because Jeff Landry coming out the day after the election, he must be gone. But I still going to live. Yeah. Back to him, he come from.
All right, but you know, it's a lot of things. People come as you are. You go to these nightclubs. I don't think you have a mirror to look in because some of the things that y'all wearing, you know, it ain't no good. You know, but we got 5 minutes, Mr. Peter Williams. I know your district. Your number is 24. Hey, what I want to give him a chance. Yeah, and let y'all see that he have a good wife that's standing up by him. So, would you come and sit in my chair for a minute?
Humble myself.
She can humble herself and do it. She said.
Okay, or you could push over and let her get over here. You know, either way.
Okay.
You know, and I'm just. Give a name, you know, and how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
All right, give me name.
My name is Alfreda Williams, and it's a blessing to be here today.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for standing up by your husband. Because, you know, they got a lot of women don't want to stand up by their husband when they're running for office, you know. And then they got some that do.
I told him I'm behind him. I stand as a strong supporter. I'm behind him 100%.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
9.5 on duty.
Yeah, because nobody backing them or anything like this here. But all it takes is one.
Amen.
And
Power
two
of unity.
and three, and all of them gonna follow. You know. So look, we got a few more minutes. Mr. Williams, grab that mic a little bit and state your case.
All right. I just want to thank Mr. Senegal and the show. I live away now, but I understand Lafayette. I grew up as a pioneer. Past and gone, but the seed that they planted in me for equal justice and civil rights is still alive. And it's only by God's grace and mercy that I have another opportunity to make an impact in Lafayette. And as your congressman, I want to be accessible, I want to be accountable, and I'm going to always bring you the truth. And once I do that, I'll get you trust. So my number is 24. What you see is what you get. I've been on a lot of talk shows, a lot of interviews, and a lot of people realize that we don't have a script. I come Louisiana, and I'm going to also make sure that I get a business plan together, or a master plan, with all of the leaders of the district and the parishes that we're in. And Lafayette looked like we might have a hospital on the agenda.
Yeah,
Day
well,
one.
I was getting ready to tell you that.
Give us your website. You have your website, Peter Williams.
Yes, Peter Williams for Congress is my website.
Just Google it.
And you could Google or even go on Facebook and
For
find my
6th Congressional.
program for 6th Congressional District. And I want you to know that I'll represent us well. And I want to be an ambassador for not only
Appreciate you bringing your wife.
Yes, sir.
You know, you're the first one to come on since we've been back on the air.
Oh, that's good.
And I enjoyed your company.
Yes,
I
sir.
enjoyed everything about you, what you were saying. But I want to thank all my listeners, my me into your heart, to your eyes, and to your ears. And until next Friday, Brother Paul,
You'll come back now.
All right. Well, you know, I really enjoyed everything on today. I hope we have our shows stay on the air in our future. And please.